today. Arkansas has entered a new era in our state's history. Arkansas has realigned, and Arkansas has become a two-party state. We're here to talk about that with you. There's been a great cloud of witnesses through the years that has worked hard to see this day come back into the 50s and the 60s. Many of those are smiling down on the gentleman behind me from heaven. Many of those are convalescing, and many of those are young people that walk door to door throughout this state. But Arkansas became red. We knew it was starting to become red in 2008 with a tremendous vote that we gave to the McCain-Palin ticket. And we voted Republican when Arkansas had never voted Republican before, as the state elected a Democrat to the presidency. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you three Republican conservative constitutional officers and the Republican Speaker of the House, who will each make comments. And then after each one is completed making comments, we will open it up for questions to any of you. So it's my first pleasure to introduce to you the Republican leader in the House of Representatives.
Did you say Republican Speaker of the House?
I did. Was that a Freudian slip? Republican leader.
Okay.
Republican leader. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mike, you've always taken care of me.
I'm just trying to make sure that.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. I guess it was just Freudian. But hey, John, why don't you step up here?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thought I was at the wrong place. First off, I want to thank the staff at the party and the chairman, because the legislative gains that we've had and the three constitutional officers that we've won certainly wouldn't have happened without their support. If you've read the latest reports, we're at 44 House Republican members. Coming in, there's still a couple questions yet to be answered. We still have a few seats up in the air. That number may grow, it may stay still. We're going to be at least 44. That's going to be more than we've certainly ever seen. I believe 30 was the previous high. I've spoken with several people already this morning. They asked me what's going to change. I don't know that anything will. There's still 100 people. There's still going to be 100 different opinions. And for the most part, I think we all want to do the right thing. We may disagree on what that is, and that will be those will be the debates that we have. But I don't think you'll see any growth in partisanship. I don't think we had it before. I don't think we're going to have it now. We all want to work together, and we all want to do what's right. A little balance is going to be good, and that's what we have now with a Republican caucus with 44 members.
Is your 44? Does that count?
We're going to wait and have questions after we all get through speaking. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you, and thank you again for all the support from the staff and the chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, John. A hard-fought battle was seen for the race for lieutenant governor. Senator Shane Broadway was certainly a great opponent to our next lieutenant governor, and I'm pleased to introduce to you the lieutenant governor-elect of the state of Arkansas, Mark Bonner.
Thank you for coming today. I'm glad to have my family out here, my kids and my wife and in-laws. And
let's get them in here. Come on in here.
Well, all right, y'all come on in. And anyway, I'm very excited to be the next lieutenant governor of the state of Arkansas. It was a very long night and actually a long morning. And I can't tell you, I appreciate Senator Broadway and his service that he's done for Arkansas and his community, his district. And I will represent Arkansas unbiasedly and unpartisan. And I want to, like day one, bring online accountability and transparency to this state and work hard for the people of Arkansas. I look forward to working with Governor Beebe, and I applaud him on his victory. And it'll be reassuring that we do have a two-party system in this state now, not to be partisan, but to give the people of Arkansas a voice. Arkansas is a very conservative state, and it's good to have representation from both sides. That's all I have right now. I'm sure you have questions in a minute, but I'm going to let the rest of these guys speak. Got the kiddos here with me and my wife, so I couldn't have done it without them as well. So thank them very much.
know, he may not be a race car driver, but Mark Martin's going to be a heck of a Secretary of State. I never had the pleasure of serving with him in the legislature, but certainly had the pleasure of working with him when I served in the Lieutenant Governor's office. I'm pleased to introduce to you Secretary of State-elect Mark Martin.
Thank you very much. One of the things that I always learned about former Congressman Hammerschmidt was that immediately after the election, he would always say that there's no longer Republicans or Democrats, we're all Arkansans. Well, one of the things that I actually talked about throughout this campaign was actually upholding and restoring faith in fair elections. And that value is something that we hold no matter what party we are a member of. And one of the things that I want to do is bring a certain level of decorum to the office of Secretary of State like we've never had before in history. And that's a high bar, because I know that predecessor Charlie Daniels has done an outstanding job. I've got big shoes to fill, and what I want to do is I want to make Arkansans proud, and I want to make the Republican Party proud. And I want to do everything I can to do so in the most nonpartisan, fair manner with as much transparency and openness as possible. Thank you.
And, last but not least, John Thurston ran a hard-fought fight for land commissioner. And many of you may not know what land commissioner does, and I know that since filing that John has become more acquainted with what that office is, and he saw a need that we have a two-party system even at the level of land commissioner. And I introduce to you John Thurston.
First of all, I just want to give God all the glory because honestly I could not have won this race without his help. This is very humbling and sobering to think that the state would choose me to represent them in this office. This is the first time there's ever been a Republican in this office, and I'm sticking to what we've been saying all year. We want to bring accountability, ethics, and sound financial practice to this office. The beauty about the two-party system is that we hold each other accountable. And it's not healthy that one party control an office or a state. And me personally, I don't expect the entire state to become like me or think like me or to become a Republican. But we thank them for the opportunity to bring balance to this state. And look forward to serving you guys. We look forward to implementing our plan to make the office more efficient. And I'm just humbled and thank the state of Arkansas for electing me. Thank you.